Oh, woo, woo, and we rolling. We're back. What episode? This number 23.
Big 2-3. Basically halfway to 50, like I was saying earlier. That's crazy.
That's crazy. We on a roll.
We still gotta get that on a t-shirt.
What?
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Call me crazy.
I'm crazy.
Just before we started, this dude on Facebook Marketplace. I have a 2025 M4 CS, which is like a $130,000 car.
Mm-hmm.
He said, just some young kid. He said, I'm looking to buy and you're looking to sell. Let's crunch some numbers and get this off your lot. Have a 350 credit score and have 750 to put down. What's my monthly payment looking like? Let's close the sale. Good boy. I just sent laugh emojis. I said, you'll grow up one day, buddy. No, I said, you'll grow up one day, little guy. That's fucking hilarious. You go to his Facebook profile, it's some little redhead kid.
Oh, what a way to start a conversation off.
Oh, God, that's hilarious, dude.
I'm looking to buy, you're looking to sell. 350 credit scored, 700 to put down.
Yeah,
that's
dude,
great.
Facebook Marketplace is a different animal, man.
Never know what you're gonna find there.
Yeah. The people that don't have anything better to do just go on there and type that shit. There's like pages out there that people just do that for the fun of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, have you seen the dude that's like that makes a video asking them like to use it?
Yeah. Can you, like a pair of scissors or something? Can you send me a video of it cutting paper?
Thanks. He says something like that.
Yeah. It's could you actually send me a video of you cutting like a piece of chicken or like a blender? He's like, could you blend this for me? I make a lot of smoothies.
It's so hilarious. And then at the end of it, he's like, yeah, I'm okay. I actually don't need it. I appreciate your time though.
Oh, that's so mean.
The internet's undefeated. There's too many people out there with too much time on their hands, I'd say.
Too much time, too many ideas.
Yeah. You give the internet like anything, they'll find more information about it.
Yeah.
You know, like all the documents that the government's not releasing and stuff like that. Like there's a reason they don't want to release it to the public, because there's plenty of people out there that don't have anything to do that will just figure everything out, you know.
And they're so good at it. They're so quick.
Oh, they're good. Like, yeah, there's like pages of like, what was there, like 6,500 pages of the assassination that got released or something like that? Yeah. I mean, there's people that's just what they do is, you know, do that shit all day.
Yeah,
post
they
on the internet.
go through and dissect that stuff and investigate everything. And but yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, I don't. But the internet's weird. Like
It's weird what they care about too.
Yeah, but it's weird that you can make money off it. Like, you can get known for dissecting the newest things, or, you know, telling stories about how people got killed and stuff like that. And then that's just what you do all day, I guess. I was looking at...
I've been seeing this new guy that I've been seeing on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I guess you call him an influencer, but he just goes around saying, I'm an unemployed dirtbag. And then, like, and it's just him doing activities throughout the day. And, like, people watch it. He's funny and he's goofy, so, like, you know, he's got character going on screen, so...
That's what a lot of people like to see. Shit. I think a lot of it's too is that people can like take in so much content in a day too. It allows like people to have the opportunity to get big off.
Yeah,
you know, the internet too. You know, because I mean, how people just scroll all day long. You know, so I mean, it's and everybody's got a phone now.
Mm-hmm.
I actually want to look that up. What is the percent of the population that has a phone?
Got to be like everybody.
Yeah, since 2015, cell phone ownership increased 20%, about 97%. That sounds about right. Da, da, da. Let's see. Smartphones user worldwide, accounting for about 60%. I think it's probably higher than that. But we also live in America where if you make over 34 grand here in America, you're in the top 1% of earners in the world.
Yeah.
So, so let's just say 60% worldwide.
It's actually insane.
Yeah, which I mean, I guess that makes sense. But I mean, I would say the usage in America alone.
I was talking about that with somebody, like how different it is in other countries and other places compared to the U.S. I think it was Drew. Like we were just talking about like how much it's been raining recently and like how much water we use. Because I was talking about I want to wash my car, but it keeps raining every day.
Yeah.
So there's no point. I was saying, it was like it's weird how like in Africa they love all this rain and we're over here complaining about it.
Yeah, like we piss in a toilet and flush it.
Yeah, and like they come to America and they're so surprised by like the portions of food, and like how much we waste, and then like the water.
How much we weigh.
Yeah, how much we weigh. But like the water, they're like, I can't believe y'all wash cars. Like you use water to wash cars.
Yeah, I mean we just let a sink fill up just to dethaw meat because we forgot to get it out in the morning.
Yeah,
and then just drain it all down. I mean, hell, even to the point that we water our grass because we want it greener than the neighbors.
We got automatic sprinklers in the yard.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, just life ain't fair, you know. I mean, it all depends on where you're born at. You know, I think you born in America, you definitely have a head start. We were talking about that at work the other day. Like, America's like a huge, like everybody over here just cares about money. Like if you're money hungry, this is the country to be in. Like we were talking about, like, is there better countries to live in? Opportunity wise for making money, no. But if you're looking for like health and the enjoyment of life and not really caring about money, yeah, there's definitely, like we were talking about Europe. Everybody over there's a lot healthier. Everybody's a lot nicer, calmer. Like money's not at the forefront of everything they do.
Yeah.
Our ingredients here too is terrible.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They're so bad.
Yeah.
I always hear about like people that have to be gluten free. How they'll like travel across the world or something, like go to Italy or something, and you know Italy all they do is cook bread basically, and then they'll eat there, and their stomach's fine. They have like no health problems from it.
I think natural selection needs to work a little harder with those kind of people.
I don't know. I think part of it's what they put in the food, and how it's treated and processed. Like some kind of chemical or something in there is what's affecting the gluten-free people more than it is just the gluten.
Yeah, but it's like people that have peanut allergies. It's like,
oh yeah, those people.
Gluten's the same way. It's like your gut biome just doesn't, like if you just ate it or ate a healthier diet, eventually you'll be okay.
Yeah, you'll get used to it. But like a lot of those people, like they'll travel to Italy or something, or Rome, or across the world where they don't use as many pesticides or many chemicals and processing stuff, and they eat the food there that has gluten and it's fine.
Yeah, I guess maybe that's why we didn't have it back when our parents were kids or anything like that. But it's kind of like back when we were growing up, it was just like a peanut allergy. It was like the only thing I had to worry about.
Yeah.
And then I don't even think when we were kids a gluten thing was.
No, it was not a thing.
I mean, it's
been in like the past 10 years.
Yeah, you ate something, you didn't feel well, you just don't eat it anymore. You eat something else. But I don't know, that kind of stuff. I'm just like, how we just eat it and you'll get used to it eventually. But it's probably not nice thinking.
I say that about peanuts too. Like you can.
Yeah, like you can. Your body can
yourself to becoming immune to it.
Yeah, microdosing nuts.
Yeah.
These nuts. I was looking up like what has Trump done in the past week. I'm just scrolling through here. He canceled $20 billion worth of climate grants for, I guess, climate change.
They're probably like fake grants.
Yeah.
Have you heard about those?
No,
Like
well,
the government giving out like fake grants or money to, not fake money, but they're giving out money to like
no, I believe that.
nonprofits that are like fake.
Yeah, I mean that's how you accidentally send $6 billion to Ukraine,
Yeah.
and then Maui burns down, and you get $750.
Yeah.
Like, that seems legit, right? Or that like the Black Lives Matter, whoever was running that show, one of her houses burned down, and then I was listening to Joe Rogan. He's like, "What do you mean one?" And she had like 3 mansions.
Yeah, yeah.
Like they raised like 20 million off Black Lives Matter, and none of it went back to what they said they were gonna do. Yeah, I thought it was.
It blows my mind that like people have those ideas.
Oh yeah. Well, they think they can get like. Why would you ever think?
And they think they can get away with it.
That's what I was about to say. Like, why would you like think that you're gonna end up getting away with it?
Yeah, but like I would never be like, let's start a foundation to feed the homeless, and then I'm just gonna build a mansion. You know what I mean? Or like buy 5 properties and do all this and get nice cars and. It blows my mind that people can think that way. Like, oh, I've got an opportunity to live the good life.
Yeah.
Especially off of a movement. It's crazy.
There's a lot of foundations though that don't donate very much of their money to what you think.
Oh yeah.
Like there's a lot of them.
There's sites that tell you like
Like the
amounts.
accurate, yeah,
the percentages that go at like actually towards benefiting whoever they're trying to support.
Yeah. Well, like on what percent of it?
Yeah, that's why I'm always scared to like donate, or not scared, but like like questioning it, like who's actually getting the money, where's it going, how's it being used. All those questions cross my mind whenever somebody's asking for some kind of donation.
Yeah, I mean, well, when you're donating through a company to another company.
Yeah.
Like McDonald's, they ask you to round up, and I'm like,
Yeah, those
no, I'm okay.
those are so messed up. You know what they do, right?
They're just getting your taxes. Like they're getting a tax write-off by you donating your money.
That
Yeah.
too, but like you're just paying for their donation basically.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. They, you donate $1 every time you go through there. McDonald's is donating $1. You're not donating $1.
Like the only time I'm rounding up is if I'm using cash because I don't want to carry change.
Yeah. I mean, it's fun to throw.
That's more of a convenience.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't like it.
I don't either. Every time they ask me those questions, I'm like, really? I'd rather tip the workers than.
Yeah. 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 I always wonder about like the cancer research donations. Like, you ever think like we have cancer figured out? Like we know how to cure it. It's
Yeah,
just such
I
a
think there's
money, and then you're gonna have. I know it sounds morbid, but then you're gonna run into possibly overpopulation because the life cycle and stuff like that. I always wonder about that.
there's that, and then all the money tied to it.
So I'm saying like,
You always hear those stories too of people figuring it out and just kind of disappearing.
well, that's like the people that started the water engines.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those two.
There was one guy, they went to a restaurant to, like, he was there to talk to government workers, then he, like, ran out the door saying they poisoned me and died. Another dude was driving his car, and he got stuck going, like, 120 miles per hour and ran right into a tree, and he died that way.
Conveniently.
Yeah, that's kind of funny how that works.
Yeah. We should do that. Try and figure it out and then just not tell anybody.
Yeah, we should just drive around water cars.
Yeah, and then just not tell anybody.
Dude, China's got some crazy electric cars that shit on what we have over here.
Yeah.
I was watching one of Speed's video. He was in a 1,500 horsepower electric car that costed $70,000. Yeah, he's like, dude, this thing's faster than my Lamborghini. Guy's like, yeah. He's like, it's only $70,000. He's like, yeah. It's crazy over there. They got like their suspension over there. They got it figured out where you can sit like a glass on the hood of the car and go over speed bumps and it won't spill.
Really?
Yeah, like you can have like it's a cool video. They have like 10 and then 10 more stacked on top of it, and they'll drive over speed bumps and the suspension will just go up and down, but the car won't go with it.
That's cool.
Yeah, they don't spill any of it. You come over here, you're looking at like a Mercedes S-Class is like a super fun riding car, comfortable car, and it's not nowhere near what they have done over there. But
it's always made me wonder, like, what we would have if, like, everybody wasn't fighting wars and stuff.
yeah, like
And
if
just-
everybody just worked together.
Everybody was just trying to advance humanity, technology-wise, and innovation. How advanced we would be.
Yeah, we definitely have flying cars by now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. I guess it's because there's different types of people across the country. Everybody thinks, I don't know, the human nature is just that way.
Yeah, it's like the village mentality.
Well,
you
the
know?
mob mentality.
Yeah, the mob mentality.
Yeah.
Like, because, you know, starting out, like, early caveman era, we all were, like, in little villages and just had our
Yeah.
own little tribes.
Yeah.
The tribe mentality.
Well, now it's like iPhones. Like, oh, I've no iPhone, you have a Samsung, you don't have the blue bubble. You know,
Yeah.
like that's iPhone's done a good job at that, capturing a group like that. But it's a pretty crazy. But yeah, this world, I think world would be a lot, probably more enjoyable. I mean, you could travel a lot easier. You could pretty much do everything a lot easier if everybody was kind of on the same page.
Yeah, way better technology, better advancements in hospitals and medicine. And
Yeah, like you don't have a 25% tariff on metal. You know, I think Trump just released that. I'm curious to see where all that goes. I haven't done much reading on it. I just, from the internet and news, a lot of people aren't excited about it, especially
I get the plan behind it. Like, people are scared because it is going to hurt for a little bit, getting used to the changes. But
yeah, I mean,
for the future, it's a lot better.
yeah, I mean, we'll see. But you can't raise prices if you're not going to pay people more. So if no one's income goes up, yet all the prices go up, I don't know. And then there's
It's not really the income that people are going to get back. It's going to be more of, like, the jobs that'll move here, and then, like, their refunds and how much taxes they're going to actually be paying
right.
is going to come back to the workers in America.
Yeah, you hope anyway, but it's kind of like you have 4 years to do it. It's kind of, and then somebody else gets in, and they have 4 years, and they have somebody else gets in. Like nobody's, like there's pros and cons to it, but like nobody's there long enough to really fully figure it out. You know.
Well, I've heard, like, the breakdowns of some of the numbers, and basically, like, we're spending so many trillions.
Yeah, like we
Per
pay
year,
$1
the
trillion
government.
a year just in interest. I mean, we're 37 trillion in debt.
Yeah, and, like, his plan is to have Elon go through and make a budget and, like, cut out a bunch of waste, which cuts out like $1 trillion worth of waste, and then the tariffs are going to bring in like $1 trillion, and then that's going to, like, cover what the American people were supposed to be paying in income tax.
Yeah. And I heard that Elon may be leaving Doge, which is what that is, looking through the government stuff. That I don't know if he's done everything he needed to do or he's just too much for him or what it is. But then I know a lot of people aren't excited about the war that we may be getting in with a country overseas that we have no part in getting into. There's a lot going on. I honestly don't pay much attention to it.
I don't either. I don't look enough at the news.
No.
It's a headache. 1 second, then there's going on, that's going on, and then you don't know what to trust.
Yeah, you get worried about, like, your whole day can be ruined about stuff you can't really control.
Exactly.
You know, it's like you could, fuck up your whole mind for all day for something that you have no say in, really. I mean, you just control what your little bubble is. Yet if everybody just worried about themselves, I think this world would be a lot better place, yet here we are. So we pause real quick, come right back. But I am going back talking about the news and shit like that. Kenny was, I guess, told JT that the Barron River Dam, with all the rain, can't get the water out fast enough, so it may, like, bust or break or something like that. Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. But I was like, I mean, What are you gonna do about that, right? I mean, if it does, it does. If it doesn't, great, you know.
Yeah. I saw this crazy number come across my news feed. It was like over 40 pounds of water per cubic feet is what we got somewhere around here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't it supposed to rain? Damn, I thought I turned that down. Isn't it supposed to rain again tonight or tomorrow?
Yeah, it's supposed to keep raining today.
We've been getting a lot of rain, more than usual.
Rained every day of April so far.
Has it really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we are the 6th. April 6th is when this being recorded. Yeah, I'm looking at it. I don't see rain throughout the week other than Thursday, but yeah, it's been a lot of rain here recently.
Yeah, and it's supposed to get chilly too.
That's what Jack was saying on the with the radar with the firefighter department. He was like over 30 people that were stuck in the water.
Yeah, because they're trying to go through flooded areas.
Yeah, just go somewhere else.
Right. Yeah, take the long way.
Yeah, you know, I tried talking you into it today, but
Yeah, I'm not gonna be the guy that has to call.
why? That'd be hilarious.
Oh, it'd be so funny.
Yeah.
If you want to pay for it, I would have done it.
That's why we'll use your car.
We'll just do it with yours.
Nah.
Yeah, that's what I
no,
thought.
I'm good.
You-
I would have done it. I would have done it. I would have, dude.
You didn't last time.
Dude, I would have.
Mm-hmm.
I would, dude.
Yeah.
It'd be funny.
And then we'd end up like your customer.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, that was insane. I can't believe you answered that call at nearly midnight.
It's customer service. I offer good customer service with
Yeah.
my sales job.
I mean, it's a good thing, but like, dude should know how to handle his own business.
Yeah.
In my opinion, like it's not that complicated. You bust a tire, you change it, or you get it towed.
Yeah, I don't know. This customer, he bought a car from me. Flew it from we offered him shipping. He didn't want to pay for that because for the same price he could fly up here and drive it all the way back 11 hours. So I was like, okay, cool. And he was buying a year-old car with 5,000 miles on it, certified pre-owned, not a rock chip on the car. But insisted to come up here because he didn't want to pay for shipping. He wanted to pay the same amount plus a day of time to come up and get it. So we come up, took delivery of it at 11:30 last night. I got a text that he got a flat tire. And he was stuck on the side of the road, didn't know what to do. So I had to call the guy, talk to him. And apparently this morning, he said he was on the side of the road for 13 hours until someone was able to come pick him up.
It's crazy.
Yeah. And the whole time I was thinking, I was like, dude, and then first of all, we were going to cover shipping for him, just put a deal together. But then he wanted window tint for us to pay that. Then he wanted another discount. We're like, all right, cool, we'll do that. But you want to come pick it up? That's cool. So instead of having the vehicle shipped by an insured trucking company to his front doorstep and waiting a couple days, he flew up here, and it took him a legit about 27 hours to get the car home on 11-hour car drive. So, yeah, I don't know. Sometimes paying for the convenience or not the guarantee, but the chance of less to go wrong.
Yeah.
Almost, you know. And I mean,
crazy.
yeah, I don't. But she's a young kid, smart kid, but it was probably a good learning lesson. Whole time I was on the phone, I'm like, in the back of my head, I'm like, should have took the shipping, bro. Like,
I would have taken the shipping just to not have to fly and drive for 2 days.
yeah.
I mean-
Well, he was going to do it all in a day. Like, he flew up that morning, was going to drive it back that night. And then he had his brother come with him, so he had to pay for his plane ticket and stuff like that. I'm like,
But still, that's just so much more work. Like,
yeah.
you spend that amount of time working.
And you're putting another, like, 2,000 miles on your car, too.
Yeah.
Like, and now you have a Walmart tire on the back of the car. You got your rim curbed. Like, it's, I don't know. But I think it's a good learning lesson.
And then adding miles to your own car like that, like.
Yeah, because that was like one of the things that he was comparing our car to another one, and he's like, well, it's gonna have 2,000 more miles on it, and I was like, well, like, here's shipping for you, you know. And my manager up front, he's like, yeah, we'll cover shipping for him to put a deal together. And then he starting to want this other stuff. And he's like, no, I'll just come get it then at that price. It's going to be the same for me to fly up there. I'm like, okay, you know. But I don't know. The shipping aspect, when you get something that far away, you know, $900 on a rollback truck, it isn't too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, just all that time and money that he had to spend, even if nothing went wrong, it still would have been worth getting it shipped.
Yeah.
Because you said he had his brother with him, so he had to pay for tickets for 2 people.
Yeah, that was another thing.
And then food for 2 people.
Gas.
And then time for 2 people.
Yeah.
Gas.
Yeah.
And then putting miles on your car.
Yeah. Even if you're not making money that weekend at home, you're just chilling.
And
that's still
not
better,
spending money.
Right. That's still better just to relax, get ready for the next work week.
Yeah. In my head, that's a no-brainer. It's just, we'll just spend the extra money for that. And then, but instead, he's out whatever it costs him for the trip, and then out whatever it takes to fix his car.
Yeah. Yeah. And even if you say, hey, man, can I, help me out a couple $100 on shipping? Yeah, no big deal. But I don't know. Customers are weird. And a lot of times with clients, like if they have their idea of how they want things to be, you just kind of go with the flow, Sometimes we'll have clients that will ask you, like, hey, what do you recommend on how long should I finance? Or what do you recommend, like, I'm going to pay it off early. What would you do, like, 48 months or 60 months? And then we get to offer, like, what our recommendation is, which, like, we can't tell them what to do. We can only just, like, it's your finances, but I would do this if I were you.
Here's the positives of doing this.
Right. Like from me doing it every day, this is what I'd recommend. And it's in about 99% of the time, the clients will take your advice and do what you recommend them to do, And I think a lot of that, if you have their best intentions in mind, they trust you at that point to help them make that decision. Because that transaction, you are the professional. So, but then you have the other side where you got a stubborn client that it's his idea. All right, by all means,
Yeah.
But when you call me at 11 o'clock, told you so. It's just, and it's a shitty situation all around. But it's like,
I feel bad for the guy, but at the same time, he could have avoided all of it.
Yeah, in hindsight. But I think next time he buys a car that far away, he'll probably just get it. You know, because a lot of these luxury cars nowadays, they don't come with a spare tire. They come with run flats. But you blow out the sidewall of your tire. There's no really run flats or repairing that. I mean, you do need a spare. Yet when you look at like a brand like BMW, they're performance based, so having an extra tire in the car isn't necessarily the best for weight distribution and stuff like that. And then he said that BMW said it was too expensive to come tow his car to the nearest dealership, which I've never heard that before. That was weird. Because I wouldn't see BMW with a new client
cheaping out on a client like that.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of their job to do that. I would have to hear that phone call but not say that it's right or wrong or it's true or not true, but that was the first time I ever heard that before, but lessons learned, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah. If it's the convenience of getting a vehicle brought right to your front doorstep, I just recommend taking that.
Yeah.
But we talked about the floods. Kill Tony was fun.
Yeah.
No, it's supposed to. They ask you at like the start of the show to try not to talk about the jokes and stuff. We were gonna have like 30 people watch this, 50 people watch this podcast, but still, the Kill Tony is the world's largest live comedy podcast, and we went to Bridgestone Arena. Was it 2 nights ago? 3 nights ago?
Friday night?
Yeah, Friday night, and they had Friday night and Saturday night sold out. It was like 15,000 people there. If they're ever local to you, I'd highly recommend it. It was It was fun. It was funny. It was enjoyable. Um, we sat in the top row or the top section. Yet we sat at the first row, so like the screen was like straight in line with you, which was nice. So you're not looking up or looking down or anything like that. And it was a good time. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it was. And then they do like New Year's Eve. They do what's that big one in New York? The
Square Garden or
Madison Square Garden. Yeah. They sell that out, which is crazy. Yeah, that they've been doing that for over 12 years now. So it's just like consistency, you know.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, that's the name of the game.
I think we should definitely take a trip out down to Texas and go to
That's
Joe
what I want to do
Rogan's.
for my like bachelor trip is because they're like it's either 4 or 6 months sold out. So I'd like to plan, you know, a few of us to go down there and watch one in person because like seeing it in person is definitely more enjoyable too, and it's pretty funny. Like the first 5 minutes, he's like, and now we'll cut to our sponsors to help make this show happen, and then he's like, all right, everybody, we don't have to talk about the sponsors. That's the perks of being live, you know. So it was cool, but seeing it in person makes you appreciate the show, you know. And then I've watched it for a while now, and like, you know, you see it on a camera, and then they're doing like the same thing and in person, and their band, I don't know how much you watched them. Their band's insane. They had a Mexican drum off there.
Really?
Yeah, it's fun. It's a great show.
That's the other thing. Like, I feel like you get to see a little bit that just doesn't make it on camera too.
Yeah, like it's well, you have more like a connection to the show as well too. You getting to watch it.
And being part of a crowd also helps.
Yeah.
Like hearing the person next to you laugh makes you want to laugh too.
Yeah, and then being a part of the crowd that when you have 15,000 people booing this person, yeah. He was he always asked like the question like, how many people in here are like seeing comedians do good and everybody cheers, and then how many people in here like seeing comedians do bad and like everybody cheers louder. He's like, oh, you $6. Like it's hilarious. I don't know, but the first dude or one of the guys that didn't do good, people started booing him like mid set, and Tony's like, all right guys, I know we did terrible and he deserves all the boos. Just trying to wait till after the set. And everybody just starts booing Tony. He's like, all right, I get paid no matter what either way, so you all do what you want, you know. And it was it was a great time. Highly recommend it. The tickets aren't costly, like too bad. Like it was like $100 or something like that. But it's
no, that's not bad for a live event, something like that.
Yeah, it was well worth it. But there was this drunk guy behind us, like before even Tony come out on stage, spilled his whole tall boy beer and just went all over the floor. Halfway through, dropped his wallet under the seat of the dude sitting next to me, and then at the end of the show, dropped his buddy's keys under the chairs in front of us. We didn't even look for his keys. We just stood up and left.
Dude, it's crazy how much alcohol some of those people consume. Just so
or how stupid people get when they consume it. It's like, and like.
I feel like at that show, like hecklers aren't that bad. Like people booing or like being loud or.
Yeah, well, like Tony did a good job. Like one dude, like booed out of nowhere. He's like, "Yeah, there's one retard sitting over here that booed," and everybody just started busting out laughing. It's like some.
Yeah, I feel like Tony's good at that too. I went to a comedy show. Gosh,
wasn't it here?
Yeah, I don't know why I can't think of his name. That skinny white guy that.
Was it here at not Diddle Arena?
No, it was the Skyback.
Yeah.
That like dated Ariana Grande.
Matt Rife. No.
And you know what I'm talking about? Really pale with tattoos.
Yeah. The shit. He's
Dude,
not.
Why can't I think of his name?
I mean, he's a comedian, but he's not like a. Who did Ariana?
And he dated Kim Kardashian. Like
I know it's.
For some reason, he just ends up with hot celebrities.
Once I say his name, it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Here, let me. Just tell your story. I'll find
But
it.
yeah, people were being loud and like heckling, and like for those when it's just one person up there doing a comedy show, it just ruins the whole vibe.
Like Matt Rife's really good at incorporating that.
Yeah, the crowd work he does
like
is really
he does
good.
really,
but like
really good crowd
that's
work.
kind of like his thing, though. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
everybody has their own style, and his
Yeah.
fits really well with like talking to the crowd and like including people.
Yeah.
And I feel bad for people that aren't or comedians that just don't have that part of their set.
Yeah, and it kind of disrupts the show. One thing they did there is they, like you put your phones in like a
In the little
thing.
case,
Yeah. And they, so there's no phones there, which is kind of nice, because you actually got to be a part of the show, you know. And then, like when they film that episode, that comes out 2 weeks later, so they don't want.
Oh, it
people
comes out
leaking-
2 weeks later. Oh,
So they do it live. It's just they're a couple weeks in a couple weeks. Pete Davidson.
Pete, yes.
Yeah. There's a couple weeks in advance that they film them. So yeah, they have, which I like it because you get actually be a part of the show. I mean, like it's like there's no like recent podcasting's enjoyable because you put your phone down and talk to someone for X amount of time. So one thing it was kind of the drunk people that are dropping everything weren't sitting in the right seats. They thought they could just like
Sit wherever.
Yeah, sit the row that Sri and I were sitting in. They were sitting in one of our seats, and then they just like moved down, and
then somebody else came.
yeah, and somebody else came, so they moved down a little bit further. Then out of nowhere, this lady come and just check their tickets, and like nobody else's. Like we were getting ours out, like, oh, she's gonna check all of our tickets. She's like, yeah, you guys are in the wrong row. And then they had to go back row, and then she just left. I was like, bro, how'd you know that they were? I don't know, like she was watching them, like seeing them kept moving because I don't know, but
That's
I was
gotta
like,
be what it is. Cause
yeah. I was like, damn, that was kind of cool, but they had hella security there too.
people like that crack me up. It's just
yeah,
really-
like if you just wanted to be there, why don't you just pay for it? Like it's
like really,
yeah, like it's I don't
it's
know.
not that hard.
Yeah, and you make it worse for everybody else trying to get to their seat. Then you got a sweaty, overweight guy that was already sitting in your seat. Like, bro, come on now.
Yeah,
Like, I don't need my seat pre-warmed before I come and sit down here, please.
like you kind of get the like. Everybody else is like sitting in their seat, and
Right,
just
like,
kind of
There's a
you
sold
got
out,
what you paid for,
Right.
So like go there.
yeah, and it's a sold out show. Like, if you actually watch the show before, all the
Yeah.
arenas are sold out.
Now it's one thing if I go to the movies and I pay for a certain seat and it's like it's empty in here.
Yeah,
I'm gonna sit where I want
right,
because
right.
I have that freedom. But
Yeah.
a sold out show,
It's like
what?
you kind of got a seat number on your ticket for a reason.
Yeah.
Dumbass. Like, how about you get to the back?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's hell. I guess we can close it out right here. Come back.
No, you ready?
Dude, I've been waiting for you, bro. You fucking love when white women do that. Shit cracks me up.
Where you at?
I'm at the beach.
I'm at the beach.
Dude, you know what's crazy? He knows that sound,
What?
that pinging sound, because whenever Sri gets here, my phone always goes off, and then he thinks someone's here. Sam, come here.
Is she here?
No.
Oh.
No, he's gonna start yelling though like a little loser. Dude, that
That's
dog
wild.
barks at everybody.
I know.
Yeah, like we'll have someone pull in next door and he'll be like, dude, someone's here. and then you open the door, he runs out like someone's here, and then nobody's there. He's like,
Yeah.
oh damn, it goes
Oh,
wrong.
dude, I got tricked.
Yeah, his percentage of being right is like 5, because people will show up here and he won't know until they knock on the door. He's like, oh dude, how'd you get past me?
Dude, y'all pulled up this morning, you and JT, and I was expecting him to go crazy.
Yeah.
Not a sound, not a
Yeah.
peep.
Yeah.
But he hears something 5 miles down the road. He's
Yeah.
like, oh,
Dude.
somebody's here. Oh, what's going on?
Someone's pulling out of the driveway. I gotta start barking.
Yeah, our neighbors are leaving. What are they doing? Hey. And I'm like, dude, I'm just trying to chill.
That's what happens when you get a dog from the Humane Society. They're a little broken. Yeah, I know. He's alright though.
And he's wrong 95% of the time.
Yeah. But maybe one day somebody try to break in. I feel like if someone breaks in this house, he's just gonna be like, "Oh, what's up, man?"
Yeah.
Like, you're already in the house. Yeah, he must be.
Or he's gonna get scared shitless and run to the laundry room.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. That one time I scared him, he was trying to bite me, and I was like, "Yeah, good. Like, maybe you're not a fucking pussy, but I don't know." Whenever like someone wrestles me, though, he tries biting them.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of cool. It's like the 5% of German Shepherd that he is finally starting to come out. I don't know, that dog. The dog is like 95% stupid, but it's cool. It's cool. Bitcoin, what was it? We haven't talked about that. 78,000.
Yeah, it's on sale right now. It's below 80,000.
That's crazy to say something like that. Dude, we were talking about
That's a good
like
way to
how
look at it.
we thought 100 grand was gonna be at like its staying point.
Yeah, we were off, but like, I mean, it's still not that far off.
I mean, 22,000. I mean, if you had a Bitcoin and it was down 22,000, I would say you're gonna say that's pretty far off.
Yeah, but relative, it's like 20%. Like
22% is a huge decrease. Let's not get confused here.
Yeah, but like,
What do you mean? But like,
all it takes is the market to bounce back, and it's back.
well, that's the whole point of the stock market.
Yeah. Well, the whole market's down.
Or you just ask Nancy Pelosi when you should invest.
Yeah.
Dude, it has dropped significantly.
Bro, people are probably loading up right now.
I hope so.
All those multi-millionaires and billionaires, they're loading up right now. They're like, oh, it's 20% off right now.
22%.
22. Over 20%.
I had a customer the other day that he's makes good money. He said he just, as a portfolio, he just pretty much invests in BlackRock.
Yeah.
That's a sketchy company. Yet they usually are pretty on top of things, because they kind of probably run things,
Yeah, they got their fingers in a lot of pots.
Yeah, ones that are specifically doing good, or they have over the course of time a good track record. Not always good for democracy, because that means they kind of run the country a little bit without showing their face,
Yeah.
But if you're trying to invest, they're probably a good person to follow. Yet, Mom and Dad always told me you should invest your money in people that you believe in or companies that you trust. I don't know. I mean, there's definitely truth to that, but
Well, I mean, there's certain things you can trust about them. They're gonna try and make as much money as they can.
yeah, they're not gonna lose money. Yeah, like they're not in it for the benefit of anybody yet. They're other than themselves and making the most money possible.
Exactly. You could trust that about them.
Yes, yeah, they are there to make
I believe that 100%.
Yeah. I wonder can you invest like just into BlackRock, you think?
I don't know how that works. I haven't looked into them. I don't know if they're publicly traded or not.
Yeah, like as a company.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. The stock market definitely is down substantially, though. I don't know. I think a lot of that's because of the tariffs too, is it not?
Yeah, it's the tariffs and all the news coming out about
The war.
how
and
scared
stuff like
everybody is about war and
Yeah.
money and all of this. But like, that's the thing about the stock market. A lot of it's perceived value.
Yeah, a lot of it's like educated gambling. There's a
Yeah.
lot more people that control the stock market than what the common investor.
Yeah,
would
but like
think.
people think that everybody's gonna be low on money, so they're like pinching pennies together and holding them. You know what I mean? They're all keeping their money tight,
Yeah.
not spending it, so businesses aren't making as much money. The cash flow isn't happening because everybody's scared about all the money and how expensive everything's gonna be. So it slows the whole market down.
Yeah. But then for every publicly traded company, it's their job to make their stockholders more money.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
It's just tough for businesses when people aren't spending money. So like at the end of a quarter, they show the revenue or profits for that quarter or the year or whatever, and everything's low. It's because people are scared about the tariffs and how expensive everything's going to be, and especially the ones that just don't understand like the whole point of it. Like it's going to hurt for
That's going
A
into
year or
effect
two.
this month for the car business, BMW and Mercedes anyway. Some of their prices are going to go up, which is even vehicles on the lot. So I know a couple episodes ago I was talking about you'll have two of the same vehicles that are different prices.
Mhm.
That is in case not true. They're going to be sending new window stickers with an added price of what it actually is now. So they're adding, it's like a certain percentage, like 5%, or like a G-Wagon they're doing like 25%, which is on a G-Wagon that's, look at a G63 at like 205 to 215. Well, you're going to add about 50 grand on that, so these people that are like G-Wagons having a market adjustment between like $15,000 and $50,000 over MSRP. People be bitching about it. Well, now you're about to pay $50,000 more from the manufacturer, and then you're going to get a market adjustment. So it's like, but yeah, I don't know. People on a vehicle like that, we get a lot of phone calls. People thinking that they can, or your first-time G-Wagon buyers, they think they should pay MSRP for them. It's quite funny because that's never the case. Unless you're trading in a G-Wagon, you're going to trade that one back into the dealership. You're financing, you're local, you're going to service there. Like, it's possible, but most dealers, there's a lot of stipulations. And then some dealers are no ifs, ands, or buts, 50 over. You go down to like Dallas, Texas, it's like 100 over. And if you don't want to pay it, fine. We have multiple other people here. But yeah, it's going to be crazy. Which also going to drive up the used market too. When you have the new market going up in price, the used market will follow itself. So like you go to a lot of dealerships are trying to get cars from the auction right now, and most of them are already bought up, or they're already increasingly higher than what they normally are. On the flip side, Ford and Lincoln, which Ford owns Lincoln, they just released, I don't know, this month they're doing it or whatever they're doing. They are doing employee price on every vehicle in lieu of the tariffs. So while other people are going to be increasing their price, they're doing employee price on all their inventory, other than the Mustang Dark Horse and then the Lincoln, wherever the largest SUV is, not the
Expedition, not the.
no, that's the Ford.
That's Ford.
Yeah, it's not the Aviator. It's the whatever's above that. I don't care for Lincolns, but
I don't either. I don't like them.
I like the Mustangs. That's about it. Anyway, so I'm sure they're going to see a big uptick in sales too with the new units. Yet, it's just kind of like when Elon dropped the prices on the Teslas repetitively. Like if it's going to kind of suck if you just bought one, because you're going to be upside down even more so. So, but we'll see. It's going to definitely be different. But I hope we don't go to war. That's a shitty thought.
Yeah, I don't know. I hate how it's up to the U.S. to like step in.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
everybody looks to the U.S. or expects the U.S. to step in and help out all the time when we've got so many internal problems.
Yeah, that's
that
what I'm
need
saying.
fixing.
We could. Sometimes it's okay to be selfish to fix your own house before you go to try to fix someone else's.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like we don't have all our ducks in a row, so like,
no.
how can you expect us to help you?
Yeah,
with nothing in return
with money,
especially.
Yeah, I think does China have more debt than us? I don't think so. Do they?
I have no idea.
I know we owe them a bunch of.
But like, and the other thing about the tariffs is like, I don't understand why people are so upset about it. Like, I get it's gonna make everything more expensive, but anything that comes out of the U.S. gets tariffed way more than we tariff, or we're tariffing.
Yeah.
know?
I mean, it's it definitely damn. We have over double the nation's debt than China.
Yeah.
Yeah, China has 15 trillion. We have 32.9 trillion. It's impressive. But we have the Gulf of America now.
Yeah, it's pretty lit.
I seen this video today where it says like Greenland was like, it said that Greenland just found oil. Then it shows like the USA. He's like, we just found oil. I thought that was hilarious. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do with all the Greenland. If we buy that, that's crazy. It's
I think it'd be good.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know what the benefit's gonna be.
I don't know. Other than America's expanding.
Yeah, but is that even a thing anymore? I mean, I guess that's like half the wars over the seas, but I mean, I guess we can expand. I mean, it's like buying Canada.
That would be awesome.
It's crazy how Canada's like other than obviously Mexico, but like they're one of the closest countries to us, and we're like tariffing them the most. But I get it because it should be even more prompted for the companies that moved across the border to come back.
Yeah.
You know, it's...
Well, I mean... It's on the companies for, like, just taking shortcuts.
Yeah, I mean, I get it from their end, too. Like, depending on who's
yeah, like,
in
I get they want to
office.
make money, but, like, at the same time, like, we need those companies in America for jobs and...
Yeah, like, if you're truly America first, you're not gonna... Like, you're gonna take the less, like, grossing income for your company to make a better product in the country you live in that you are putting first. A lot of companies aren't that way. They want
the U.S. just feels like the giving tree. You know what I mean? That
I mean,
everybody's taken from us, and they're taking our businesses, our companies, they're tariffing us. They want us to help them in wars. They want us to help them pay for their whatever and supply all their
military equipment.
Their military and all their poverty people, and
then taking every
and then complain when we ask for something. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we're asking for something, but that's gonna hurt some people and not hurt some people. But like he's trying to. The whole point is to drive more businesses here. Right,
made in the USA, which I think as a consumer you like buying something that's made in the country that you live in.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when you buy something, it's going to a company that is in the country.
In the country, ethically sourced, and has, like, is up to all of our standards.
Yeah.
As far as workplace environments.
As long as it ain't food, and
laws.
Yeah, and the quality is 9 times out of 10 so much better out of something that's made in the country.
Yeah, it should Thailand be. We have a lot more regulations on stuff. Which is another thing he's trying to cut back on, is a lot of the regulations for certain things.
Yeah, I tell you what, dude, regulations at like Shein, that's crazy. Have you seen that stuff about that?
Mm-mm.
H-I-E-N. I don't even know how to spell. S-H-E-I-N. S-H-E-I-N. They, well, it's like a Chinese-ran company, and like, a lot of women buy stuff off there, but it's like super cheap clothes, like a shirt for like $3, and then it's like then you get it shipped here from China. But there's been rumors of them just working them all the time in like terrible conditions, stuff like that. And I don't think it was Shein, but there's some company over there in China where people were jumping out of the building. It was so bad, like killing themselves. So they put nets at the level to catch them as they jump out of that. Yeah, instead of just making the working conditions better, they just put suicide nets so you can't. That blows my mind, you know.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, if those companies were to move here, yes, it would be a little more expensive for your stuff to buy. But there's not people killing themselves to get out of work.
Right, yeah. There's from BBC, they're talking that they are working 75 hours a week, and obviously the conditions over there
are horrible.
Yeah, but crazy. It's a crazy world that we live in.
Yeah, and we're supposed to be the richest country in the world, and we're like,
yeah, I mean, this country's like a hillbilly with an unlimited credit card.
Yeah, and we're complaining about an extra 20% to save those people, basically.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or just make,
Like, we're going to have to pay a little more on foreign goods, but...
Yeah, but I mean, it's like you're saying, if everything is built, a lot of things are built here, it's going to be better. And like...
Yeah, it'll make the nation richer.
Right,
We're
internally, right.
We're charging more for them to send their crap here.
Right.
And we're
for
also...
them to make money off of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if those businesses want to make a bunch of, like, expense cuts and move here, which will take time.
Right.
But if they move here to take the expense cuts of all of our tariffs, we'll have more jobs here. Our people will be paid more.
Yep.
We'll spend more. And the more we spend and more money we make in the country goes back into the government, which is where, the rest of the world is the lending tree. You know what I mean?
Right.
So the richer we are, the more people we can help, which is what the U.S. usually does.
Yeah.
We're in debt and still sending billions and trillions of dollars out.
Yeah.
And supporting other nations.
Yeah, that whole debt thing doesn't really seem to make sense to me, because it's like it's not even like a number.
Well, it's like, I think like a lot of it is like, they borrow money through like treasuries and like CD type things, and how they pay off the old ones is writing up a new one.
Yeah.
Borrowing money to pay off those, and then with interest and all that, it just keeps growing. Yeah.
The border wall. Have you seen those clips?
The border patrol? Yeah.
that sums up the U.S. as a country, is that our border patrol have started making clips to put on the internet, and it's just hilarious. They'll just put them like arresting some people, or flying helicopters along the border with some American song going in the background. It's quite funny.
It's great.
It's quite funny. But we'll pause that up real quick, come back for our last segment here. Bam, here for our last segment. I was looking at this, talking about Border Patrol, I was looking at historical illegal crossings along the U.S. southern border since 2000. And from 2020 to 2024, it was ranging from, at its peaks, of 196,000 up to 249,000. And then you look at this chart, and you can go to CBS News and look this up. Since Trump's been in, it is down to 8,450.
Oh my God. Dude, no wonder they're flexing on the internet.
I can't just, if you can see that chart.
Oh my gosh.
So, yeah, it's
what's the...
So these are, the years from 2020 to 2024, you have all the peaks through here. And to be fair, 99,000 was the lowest drop during Biden's presidency. And then Trump's in office. And
wait, that's during a month?
Yeah, it's probably a month. June 2023, Biden's lowest ever was 99,000. And then
illegal border cross. Oh my God.
Let's see. October was 56, December 47, and then it keeps decreasing because, as we know, Trump was going to be our new elect. February 2025 is down to 8,450. So, say what you want, but that's pretty good numbers there, bud.
Millions of unknowns.
I mean,
those are the ones they know about.
You went from 100% being at 250,000 essentially. You've dropped it down to about 3%, which is, that's wild.
But still, it's millions of unknowns.
Oh yeah,
in the country.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know who they are, what they're doing.
Well, a lot of them were getting, bus or plane tickets to certain cities, and then you get a debit card or prepaid Visa with a couple grand on to get started. Yeah, there's a...
Yeah, but still, like, you have no idea.
Oh, no, I know.
What kind of people they were.
Or what, like, cultures they come from. I'm not saying, certain cultures are bad.
It's not saying they're all bad, but, like...
It's different lifestyles that you just get thrown I mean, you're gonna do what you know, and then a lot of times that's all right. Like you don't know the laws, you don't know, what's normal, I guess you could say. But that's I guess so. DT's doing pretty good at that though, as the whole wall idea was. That's what he ran on his first time, which was he was president from 16 down to 2020. There was in May 2019, his highest was 132,000, and then April 2020 dropped down to 16,000. So he corrected that quite quick. But yeah, I mean, he's got 4 years and he's done. So I think that's why he's doing so many drastic changes just right off the grip. Like he has nothing to lose. Well, yeah, it does nothing to lose. He's not trying to be reelected again. He's just, I don't know. So we'll see. I hope at the end everything is better than when he started. That's how you can kind of see how your presidency went. But yeah, that's a crazy statistic. From a peak of 249 to
even from the low
8,400.
Even from the low.
I mean he dropped it 92%.
It's down to a tenth of what it was.
Yeah, in less than a year, from Biden's lowest low to February, he's dropped it 92%.
Yeah,
border crossings. Now, obviously, some people are going to slip through, whatever, but I'm just saying that's...
Well, yeah, nothing's 100%.
That's impressive, dude.
Yeah.
that's one good thing.
Gosh.
But as it should be, though, like...
He just pack-a-punched it and made it better than Lysol.
Yeah. Obviously, come to the country, welcome to, but just do it the right way. I understand that process could be done better, sure, but do it the right way. Like, it's,
yeah, I mean, I get, like, I understand that certain situations are horrible and they're trying to escape it and they're looking for better opportunities. But, like, the whole point of doing it the right way through the right channels is so that there are good people coming to the country.
Right.
That are looking for.
Another thing he was talking about is, like, it costs like $1 million.
The golden visa?
Yeah, like the golden visa.
Yeah.
Which he said would diminish our debt or something like that. Which on paper looks like a good idea. But I was talking to my customer that had to wait 13 hours for a tow truck. He was saying that the U.S. gives out 10,000 green cards per country. And there's like 1.3 million Indians in America. So essentially that equates to 130 years of waiting for a visa, if you're at the end of the line, which is pretty crazy. Which I didn't know that, but obviously him coming over here,
yeah,
he obviously knows what that process looks like. But then again, it's like, do you be rude because you're not letting... It's like your house. Like, you gotta look at it that way. Like, are you rude by not letting everybody in your house, or do you want to make sure your house is safe before you let the next person in? Like,
exactly.
You're gonna want to make sure your house is safe.
Like, who do you really want in your communities and around you?
Right.
Like, that's what we're thinking about. Right. We're not thinking about, oh, these people are all bad. No.
Right. Essentially, you would make sure your house is in good order, everything's running smoothly before you let a new person come into your house. So, like, it's like, that's kind of how you gotta look at it on a smaller scale. Like, not letting these people in, well, would you just let everybody in your house? Yeah, well, if you did, you have some shit stolen.
Have you seen those videos of the Nelk boys when the election was going on, and they were going up to liberals' houses that have like Kamala posters up and stuff, and they were like, "Oh, so you think they should just be letting everybody in?" And they're like, "Yeah, okay."
Oh, they just walk in the house.
A whole bus pulls up.
Oh,
of
really?
Like, immigrants or illegal immigrants.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, well, these people need a place to stay. Since you just want everybody in here, they're gonna stay with you.
Yeah.
And the bus just start jumping out of the bus and trying to get in their house, and they're like, no. And then they just start rethinking their whole life.
Yep. That's
so
on a funniest scale, that's just that is what it's like,
Yeah.
And here you're city, you probably don't see it, but in other cities, there's, New York, stuff like that, and these cities on the East Coast, there's They see it, you know.
Yeah, and then these people are asking for the ones that wanted Kamal in here and said they were 100% fine with all the illegal immigrants coming in. They don't understand like the communities in their own nation that are getting hurt by that.
Well, they're fine because it's
not happening in their backyard, so they're not worried about it.
yeah, but they're fine because it's more votes essentially. I mean, if you're coming over here, you don't know anything, and yet with this one person gets you into the country, gives you money and a place to sleep, more than likely you're going to vote for that person and get back in. So that's just kind of what it's running like, you know. But I don't know.
But even if you're trying to do it for like a moral reasoning, the moral high ground of like these people are in a bad place, we need to let them in.
Right.
Well, you're hurting the people that are in a bad place in your own country.
Yeah, but
your
then
own
on
neighbors.
The flip side, if you are the immigrant trying to come in, kind of can't blame them for seeing an opportunity to get here, right?
Yeah, I don't blame the ones that are actually looking for a place to stay and like trying to get out of bad situations.
Right. If I lived
you can't blame them, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if I, let's see.
If I saw that opportunity, I would take it too. You can't knock somebody for looking for better opportunity.
Yeah.
And seeing an open door and going through it.
Yeah.
Whether it's right or wrong, you know.
Yeah, yeah, and
if you think there's no other way,
yeah, I don't.
By golly, I'm taking it.
And so like you also look at if you're living in Mexico City, which is the largest city in Mexico, there is 22 million people that live there. Population of New York City. New York City is 8 million, right?
Mm-hmm.
Las Vegas is 641,000. So like you look at living in a city with 22 million people. I mean that's a good reason to try to get out, right? Especially when there's 200,000 a month getting across the border. You know, your chances are pretty good. So long as you can just get to the border, you can get through, you know. So I can't blame them for wanting to come over here. But on the same side, you know, got to protect your house. So,
yeah.
But want to wrap it up?
Yeah, we can wrap it up.
Down. All right, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate everybody that's still sticking with us. Have a good rest of your day. Appreciate you guys.
Peace.